At the time the fight against illegal mining was initiated by Citi FM and its partners, Ghana's major water bodies that serve millions of residents in the Greater Accra, Eastern, Ashanti, Western and Central regions were heavily polluted. Brim, Ofing, and Cobra and the Pra rivers were polluted by the activities of illegal miners. At a point, the Ghana Water Company warned that Ghana could be importing potable water in the near future for its citizens if the destruction continued. Ghana's forest reserves in the mining areas were not spared.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here on a historic occasion for a major national assignment. To launch the operation to curb the menace of illegal mining as directed by His Excellency President Nana Akufo-Addo. Without any doubt, this operation against illegal mining is of great importance. Its success will help to safeguard our water bodies, flora and fauna, and indeed our biodiversity in general, and guarantee our very survival as a people.
The former Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, who doubled as the chairman for the now dissolved Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, Professor Frimpong Boateng, in 2017, outlining what was expected of the newly inaugurated members of the Joint Military and Police Task Force, Operation Vanguard, which was under the supervision of the committee. The task force was subsequently commissioned with 4 operating bases in the Ashanti, Eastern, Western and Central regions. Their mandate was to flush out illegal miners and enforce the ban on all forms of small-scale illegal mining. This brought hope to some Ghanaians. The committee made some gains after the first 2 years of its inauguration. A year after its inauguration in 2018, it vetted and issued licenses to over 600 miners to go back to work. In 2017, the Chief Justice also designated 7 High Courts and 7 Circuit Courts to deal with all mining-related offences committed under the Minerals and Mining Act, Act 703. The committee acquired tools like Galamsey, an app that integrated activities of all regulatory bodies in the fight against illegal mining. The Secretariat also procured drones to monitor the activities of illegal miners, especially in the forest reserves. It also acquired speedboats to aid Operation Vanguard, flush out illegal miners operating along water bodies. As of 2019, Operation Vanguard had arrested about 2,000 illegal miners, with Chinese and Ghanaians being the worst culprits. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources also spearheaded the Multilateral Mining Integrated Project, a 5-year project designed in collaboration with key stakeholders to control the Galamsey menace. But what has become of this blueprint?
MMIP has been set up, the office is being set up, they have procured some cars, and we are in the process of assessing the money from the World Bank to set it off in large scale. We are waiting. No, the money the money comes in tranches. They will not give you all the $80 million, maybe 20 at a time, 5 at a time, and all that. So we are still talking to World Bank for release for the first tranche for us to zoom off.
The MMIP has never been launched, but we are still working behind the scenes with the World Bank in attaining the very same objectives of the MMIP. To be shared, we did some studies on geological investigation, which is a requirement now. You need to do some geological investigation before you go down there, mining.
At the peak of the campaign to end illegal mining, there were reported cases of water bodies returning to their natural state. The government also introduced the Community Mining Project in 2019 to streamline mining for interested indigents in mining areas. On the back of these gains, the chairman of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining scored their performance at 70%.
What percentage of the fight would you have say you've won in Galamsey?
I think I just said it a while ago.
Percentage specifically?
I think I would say 70%.
70%? Yes. You have failed by 30% then?
If that's your assessment, that is.
Despite these gains, there were major setbacks in the fight against illegal mining. Some officials of the committee were implicated in an investigative piece allegedly receiving bribes to aid the issuance of mining licenses. There were also allegations of bribery and extortion against members of Operation Vanguard. These allegations affected their operations. Forestry Commission officials also stated on record that some powerful politicians were behind the illegal small-scale mining enterprise, making it practically difficult for them to enforce the law.
You see, you come and nobody wants to take responsibility. They will always tell you our bosses. I will tell you certain forces are behind.
The slow pace of prosecution of arrested illegal miners also worsened matters. Then came the report about the alleged missing excavators. The then chairman of the Committee on Illegal Mining, Professor Frimpong, alleged that some seized excavators had gone missing. Reports of the disappearance of the excavators and the subsequent arrest of an official of the committee and 6 others beg for answers.
Every excavator that has been stolen will be found.
Why were they stolen? You were sleeping on the job, perhaps?
I was not sleeping on the job.
You have soldiers to guard excavators, yet they went missing. How did that happen?
Pardon me?
You have soldiers as part of the Operation Vanguard protecting these equipment. How did they disappear overnight?
No, they did not disappear overnight. I mean, you'll get a fax pretty soon.
After 3 years of the crusade against illegal mining, what is the state of the polluted water bodies?
Amansie South District ne Amansie West, especially
With the announcement of the dissolution of the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, some stakeholders in the mining sector feel vindicated.
The Minerals Commission, who is the agency by law, they advise the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources in terms of mining issues, and they have all the technocrats there. We're relegated to the background, so it's like they don't have a full role to play in the fight against illegal mining.
We small-scale miners were not involved. When government placed the ban on small-scale mining, we told him the ban was okay, but we need to come to a stakeholder consensus to find a pragmatic solution, both short-term, long-term, and medium-term solutions to the problem. But along the line, we were ignored. And then government started implementing its own solutions to help in curbing Galamsey.
If you are setting up an organization to look at Galamsey, for instance, you do not create it within the ambit of politics. The head of the Inter-Ministerial Committee is a politician. All the other members are politicians. The secretary is a staffer, a presidential staffer. So obviously the committee's work was going to be tainted by politics. So basically I think the president has taken a very good step.
They are calling for the retooling and resourcing of the Minerals Commission to function effectively.
Before then, if you want the resources in terms of resources that were given to the Inter-Ministerial Committee on Legal, I think government not just dissolving it, but we should have a full audit so that we know how much, because it is the taxpayers' money, how much money did they spend on the illegal mining activities in that countries, in this country, so that at the end of the day, when we do the audit, we'll know whether the resources that were given to the Inter-Ministerial was used for and accounted properly.
First of all, there was no need for that Inter-Ministerial Committee. Let's be guided by history. Article 269 of the 1992 Constitution establishes the Minerals Commission, and that commission has that mandate to regulate the mining sector. So if for any reason we are overrun by illegal mining, it simply means there's a regulatory failure on the part of the commission. So if you want to address that regulatory failure, you empower the Minerals Commission. You do not set up a quasi organization.
We just don't have to dissolve the Inter-Ministerial Committee against illegal mining. We need to also take a critical look on their operations, so that they need to be answering questions by now. Where are those missing excavators? Where are the gold? Where are the cars they seized from small-scale miners? And if these people are being questioned, at least we can unravel the secrecy behind their operations, and in so doing, anybody who will be put in charge in the fight against Galamsey in the near future would also use that one as a yardstick to do the right thing.